Hi, it's Sarah Jane and welcome to my YouTube channel. So if you are new here, welcome. I'm so excited to have you. I'm a lifestyle vlogger here on YouTube, and today I want to do a different kind of video. I've been thinking about this for a hot minute about sharing my photography journey, and now I've shared some of these videos in a short video form on Instagram Reels and on TikTok, but I feel like I really want to be able to go further in depth with some of the things that I'm talking about and for it to live a little bit more permanently, and I feel like YouTube is a really great platform for that. Additionally, since photography has been taking up so much of my time lately that it seems relevant to start introducing it into my videos and onto my channel. So today's video is how I started doing photography on the side, and I have some notes, so if you see me looking down below, that's what I'm looking at. So a little bit of background about me and photography. I've been taking photos ever since I can remember. I think I got my first camera when I was 16, and I just loved it. I loved going around taking photos of things and documenting things, and it was just a hobby that I had. And then when I was in the Army, I was assigned a collateral duty as a public affairs officer. So I got trained up a little bit at Kansas State University while I was stationed at Fort Riley, Kansas, and I eventually started my own public affairs shop. And it was my favorite part about being in the Army, honestly, was going around taking photos, sharing the Army's story. In the Army, you don't get paid for having collateral duties like that, and I want to say that because that leads me into a subject later. So I did that for the 4 years while I was in the Army, and then when I got out, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, and I kind of like was trying to figure it out. So spent some time in New York, and if you've watched my YouTube, you know that, and you know my adventure that I had in New York City before moving to Northern Virginia. And my best friend started doing photography while I was living in New York on the side, and she takes beautiful photos. She does a really great job, and I didn't really think a lot of it. I don't know if there was a specific event or anything that was said to me that just kind of clicked for me, but then one day I was like, well, I can do this on the side. Like, I have all the equipment, I pay already for Lightroom and Photoshop and all that just for my personal use. I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit. I used to run a boutique and that I started from scratch. So I was like, I can totally do this, and I can do this on the side and see where it goes, because I think it's important to say that what I do now, I still do like public affairs, public relations on the civilian side, but it's a lot higher level. It's very strategic, and I think that doing photography allows me to get back to the core of what I love, which is, you know, taking photos and sharing a story. But I can't really do that anymore because of the level of which I'm at. So that's kind of how it all started, was missing that ability to just be able to share a story. But I didn't want to be a journalist full-time. Like, I really do like what I do at the strategy level. So that's kind of how it all started, was the fact that I had my camera equipment already, the fact that I knew what I was doing, and I was like, well, let's get started. But there had to be a big mindset shift. So it was very awkward for me to think about prices and what my work is worth, because I've never had to charge before for my work. You know, in the Army, like I said previously, you don't get paid extra for doing that sort of job. You don't get paid extra for any of that sort of stuff. So to now be able to charge, I didn't know how to set my prices. And so initially I looked at what my friend was doing, and because she lives in a very similar area, and I just kind of based my prices off her. And if you guys want a video about, you know, setting your prices and accepting money for your work, I can make a whole nother video about that if you're interested. Just let me know in the comments below. So that was one thing that I had to figure out. And then another thing was I had to figure out the business process and what worked best for me. And to be honest, I'm still kind of figuring that out. But and I plan to continue to improve it, just as within any business. If you find bottlenecks, I plan to continue to improve my processes, but right now I definitely have something that's set and works for me and what my business that I have now. And if you want a video about my business processes, I'm happy to make a video about that. Leave a comment below if you want to know more about my business process for photography. Another mindset shift that I had to make was putting myself out there. You know, I obviously put myself out there with YouTube. I do that on Instagram, but it's different when you're putting yourself out there as a personality versus putting yourself out there as a service. And that I didn't know how to do. I am very good, I think, about sharing my personality with the internet and my life and what I do. I make lifestyle vlogs. I very much enjoy that, but selling a service and my skills is a totally different realm. And so I had to learn how to do that. And that kind of came with time, honestly. I'm figuring out what worked for me. Another thing that I had to learn to do when I started doing photography on the side was making relationships with other photographers. Now, I'm not sure if this is like nationwide within the US, but where I'm at in my area, there's a very big push for this idea of community over competition. And I love the idea, I love the concept, because if you do photography full-time, which I don't, but if you do photography full-time, it can be a bit of a lonely world. So the idea of creating a community and connecting with people who are in similar industries but also connecting industries is like a really, I think, powerful in terms of relationship building and just connecting with another person and looking at people less as your competition and more as an ally. And so that's been really helpful to me, and that's something that I definitely want to push for anyone that's watching this video, is connecting with other photographers around you. This whole idea of connecting with other people also led me to someone that I kind of view as a mentor. I reached out, I've liked one of her photos on Instagram, and then she ended up reaching out to me. I told her how I was new in the area and that I was recently putting my photography business in place, and she just completely took me under her wing, showed me all the places that she takes like engagement shoots or family shoots within our area, and we broke down the pricing with me and come to learn that I'm not pricing enough for my skill set, and you know, what she would recommend from what she knows of the industry of what I should be charging. Like, it was such an amazing experience being able to connect with her and to be able to receive open and honest feedback. If you can find a mentor within your area, I highly recommend it. Even if it's not in your area, even if it's somebody that like you just know, I mean, they're not nearby, I just highly recommend it. That having her in my life has just been truly exceptional. Another thing that I started doing once I started doing photography on the side was doing a lot of research. There's always room to learn and improve and trying to be the master of your craft. And for me, TikTok honestly has been a great place to learn because the videos are forced to be short. People get straight to the point immediately to share whatever it is that they want to share in their content. So I've loved TikTok. There's also a really great photography community on TikTok. YouTube has been a really great place to learn specific skill sets and things. I've got so much better at Photoshop from YouTube instead of solely relying on Lightroom. I mean, you can do everything you want on Lightroom, but I think if you can work between the two, and this is just my personal opinion, but I think if you can work between the two apps, your work just increases that much more. My personal opinion. And yeah, just continuing to research, continuing to learn how to be better. And the last thing I would say is I had to get out of the mindset of gear. And I think that's an easy trap to fall into, of like, oh, I need the best gear, or if I have just this lens or whatever the item is. At the end of the day, your gear is only going to get you so far, and your skill set's going to get you way farther in being able to do what you can with the equipment that you have. And so that I was definitely in that mindset at the beginning, and I've quickly withdrawn from that mindset and worked on other items and things to research. And it has just been a game changer. Once again, this isn't my full-time job, but I've really enjoyed being able to do this on the side, being able to pull some extra money. It's really fulfilling to be able to do what I'm passionate about and being able to earn an income. I never really thought I'd be able to do that, but 2020 has been really great for me in that aspect, and that I've been able to really do the things that I enjoy. So I hope this video was helpful for you. Like this video if you enjoyed it and like found something of value for yourself in this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you want to see more videos. I am going to have more photography videos up because I think that it might be helpful to some people. Some other videos that I'm thinking about making are how to get your first paying clients, photography edition, and then what's in my photography bag. So if you want to see any of those videos or the ones I mentioned previously, just let me know in the comments below. But that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.